Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P Funk. Thinking right out here in the lab, in the book. About to do some teaching today, and I'm not going to watch the clock. I'm going to get this lesson. I'm going to put it down and let shit fall where they may. However long it take, we'll deal with that. Let's go. Rightism, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in my stories for life. I give life lessons. You tune in and receive them. I appreciate you. I hope it's working out for you. But yeah, we got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking, mission, and I'm on it, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking way of life through mental and spiritual discipline, practice daily, will help and guide you to reach your goal of spiritual enlightenment. AKA know thyself. My mission that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. So you see where we're going with this? Let's get it together. And I ask the question, do you know you? You will when I'm through. Yeah, that's what I do for you. It's personal and it's rhetorical, And if you don't have an answer for yourself, tune in. I got you. That's what I do. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. That's why you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous, avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. Yeah, that's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself. And my girl, to my yacht, be true. And how apropos. This is where we about to go. See that right there? That's my yacht in all her splendor. With the bandana, the feather, and she outstretched, showing you all the right angles, all the perfect symmetry. That's what she represents, perfection. Philosophically and conceptually, that's what she represents. Now let's talk about the discipline of righteous action. This is the philosophy that I've been practicing for 30 years. When I hear my yacht, I get crazy. Why? I know you better be right when you tell about her. All right, so let's talk about her. I got her covered. This I can do without the book, but I keep the book just to keep it. The first thing you realize is the importance of my yacht. I tell you, the first thing God did when he came out of the known of chaos, he needed order. That's my yacht's job. Let's go. But the importance of practicing and mastering the Maat philosophy, hands down. That's my choice, okay? Watch this. We got what we call WRIGGHT, WRIGGHT, it means to work rightly and lead a life of integrity, action, and in line with what? The philosophy of Maat. Everything is on you. I got the 42 confessions I'm about to break out to you. Again, they done tampered with that, okay? But it was given for a foundation to live by, aka basic instruction before leaving Earth, and you holding yourself accountable to do what? The right thing. Let's go. I just modernized it, dressed it up, and watch this. It still works. Like Christians say, the blood of Jesus. What's good and true don't change. People just got to figure it out. I just went and got the old good stuff and polished it off and presented it to you. That's all I got for you. And it's been working like a charm for me personally, and for those who follow me, got the same thing. Thank you. I appreciate it. Let's go. But WRIGGHT means action. Maat also means to live and act with righteousness. Be a good person. She's saying all the right things. Everybody say the right thing, but the idea, getting out of myself, watch this. You can say what you want. You can learn all you need. But the idea, watch this, the action, all actions should be performed in such a way that would lead you to what? Purity of one's heart. From the gross aspects of your fetters being ignorant to the afflictions of sex. Conquering what? Your ego self. Being a better person is all self-improvement. My yacht's goal is to get you to be your best self. That's where I got it from. And I first got that poster, I wasn't nowhere close. It was embarrassing. But now, I'm good. That lets me know I changed. All right, that's my buddy. 10 years when I started doing this. Have I changed since I've been practicing this, teaching this? Yeah. For the better. Oh, yeah, okay, cool. So that means it's good. I'm good. Why? I ain't got to get nobody else's approval. If the person who see me doing it realizes it, I'm good. So that's my point. Your people will recognize it. You ain't got to do a whole bunch of jibber jabber. Let me do that. I got you. But the idea is Irat Aku. That means true deeds. Everything I do is from the heart, not for a personal agenda. That's the difference. That's how you lighten the heart. Why? Stop having hidden agendas. Stop being so sneaky and deceitful. Be honest and forthright. Some people can't even imagine that. That's why the society that they live in Kemet live for thousands of years in harmony as a society, as a people. Never been reached since. Moving on. Why you think that is? They stop practicing Maat. Moving on. But when you practice good deeds, glorious deeds, stuff that's good, that leads to what? Again, purity of one's personality, and it helps you become spiritually enlightened by practicing the philosophy that's set forth by Maat. She was that important. She was all that. Okay, watch this. Now they got Maat Aru. That means true ritual, practice, rituals and ceremonies that would affirm the higher reality and the glory of who? God. They call him the divine. The Commissions didn't have a word God. It was Netter, the virtue, supreme being, but not God. Okay, so that's something that man threw in. We call it Netter and Netteru. Netter one, Netteru, plural, more than one. The U, like the S for us. But when you doing everything for the better purpose, higher self, I didn't know what that was back then. So, okay, that means when you're ignorant of that, you didn't have a clue. So I'm going to test to that one again. Rituals, watch this, and ceremonies that you perform personally. I have a personal ritual, routine that I do every day for myself. Simple. When you hold yourself accountable, you will prosper. Trust me. That's the name of the game. You hoping and wishing something happens, somebody do something. No, you got to do the work. A Netterian, a.k.a. right thinker, follower, should learn to what? Act with Maat. Why? Because the ethics and the law, they prove cause and effect. When you practice right actions, right thinking, working rightly, performing glorious deeds, those are true rituals. Those are things that you're performing. You're giving of yourself without wanting nothing in return. Why? Because the higher self will reward you for that. That's been the oldest trick in the book. It's not a trick. That's the real deal. Religion playing you for a sucker. Moving on, I ain't got time for that. But my point is to teach the philosophy of Maat, and you understand it. I ain't tell you stop being nothing. I'm just adding on to whatever it is, just be the best. That's what I'm saying. And give you reason and purpose for how to do it. That's what I live by. Not man's law. I protect my own self. I could treat me, hold myself accountable. That's all. If what they say don't match what they do, don't trust them. Why? They're liars. Simple. And when you practice in Maat from an authentic, sage, priest or priestess, somebody who's authentic, meaning they practice, they know, they put in the work to be able to instruct or teach. In life, I don't need no damn certificates. Moving on. I'm just thinking certificates. This is the first step to mastering oneself in the philosophy of Maat, is the practice of the mysteries, the lessons that I give and that you can practice daily. In order to be successful on your path of right thinking philosophy, aka to know thyself or Netterianism, you as an aspirant, you personally, individually, must understand and practice the principles of Maat. You, not her, not him, no, you. Don't worry about somebody else. And you have to observe and practice them in what? Your daily life. I told you, I didn't go into no damn monastery. I'm not going to be no damn monk to practice a philosophy that I can do right here. And I've been doing that for the last 20 years. Moving on. Maat is the original. Let me say it again. Maat is the original and the ancient Netterian African philosophy, not religion, philosophy of purification of one's heart through what? Righteous deeds, righteous action, and right thinking. Ding, 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 ding. Where do you think I get it from? I didn't make this up. I practiced it. I mastered it. I put it to perfection. Now I can teach it. That's my point. And watch this. It is the forerunner of your modern African concepts and all other religions, known as, we called it Ubuntu. That's the African word, and it means, watch this, when compared to the concept Ubuntu and the Commission concept, whenever you hear me say Commission, that before the Greeks came in, okay? Egyptian name that the Greek gave us. So when I use it, our real stuff, it's Commission, commit. Man, with our Commission concepts, we follow, which is Ari Mayat, living it, is found to be what? In every way, not a little bit, in every way comparable with this concept of humanism or social awareness and caring for one another. Christ told you what? Love thy neighbor. He gave you all the stuff that we've been passing down for generations. We didn't got so far from understanding, he spoke in parables. He would tell you what to do. He's seen what the situation was. I do it every day. Moving on, okay? But it's observing, understanding, and what? Putting in the work you need to put in to help others to do the same thing. Walk like I walk, talk like I talk, act like I talk, act like I act. Be like Mike. No, be like Christ. I ain't got a problem with that. Not a bit. Be like Allah. Whoever you want to be like, whatever works for you. That's what I'm saying, right? Thinking philosophy is you find what works for you, TD Jakes, and you work it. That's what I'm saying. Whatever it is, I ain't picking and choosing for nobody. Okay, I made my decision. I told my brother-in-law, dude, I'm not into Islamic information. I got enough of that. I'm done with that. I don't need no more of your information. Be a good Muslim, practice your philosophy, do what you do, and leave me be, because that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. The same thing. I respect you for that. I don't need no lessons. Trust me. Oh, you know it. No, I don't need to hear what somebody told you. Give me what you know, and then we can have a conversation on an intellectual level. All that question, well, they said trillions of years ago. I don't give a damn about trillion years. I go back 4 generations personally for myself. I'm a Cherokee Indian from Virginia, East Coast. I know that for myself. I hear guys saying that, well, ain't nothing African about me. Dude, we all come from Africa. See, don't know a little bit of history. Don't take a little bit that you like and whatever. Get the origin. Get what it represents. Get the symbolism behind it. Get the understanding. That's what we don't do enough of. And we look at other people like they're doing something wrong. No, they're doing what they're doing. What are you doing for yourself? That's what it's all about. Self. I teach self-improvement. Okay? And this is Mayat. Forms of the goddess Mayat. Different concepts, different philosophy, but they try to put it to you. She's not a person. We gave her identity that we can identify with and educate and talk about. I see people putting her in position of moving on. I don't get caught up in that. I teach philosophies, concepts. I don't get caught up in a whole bunch of nonsense and madness. That's all. Understand that. And I see it. Okay. I see that stuff. I only indulge in what excites me, what moves me. I don't care less about that stuff. Again, I don't want to do the political, but I can't stop talking about this clown. But again, life lessons, I just deal with life as it is. So sometimes it's part of my lesson. I use it. But the Mayat is a philosophy. Again, Mayat is a philosophy, a spiritual symbol, as well as a cosmic energy force. Luke used the force. They knew the power of the force when you in tune with what? Higher nature, the force, which pervades what? The entire universe. You become one with it. Mayat is that path to what? Promoting world order. Not a one world order, justice, righteousness, correctness, harmony, reciprocity, and peace. Those are all good qualities that you can exhibit for yourself, and you will be rewarded for doing just that. Never mind what the person knows. It ain't about the person. It's about the one who's watching you. He's watching. And if you believe that, whatever philosophy, whatever religion practice, just understand. I ain't trying to tell you nothing. So practice what you teach or what you preach or what you learn. That's what I've been doing. Once I practice it, I mastered it. Now I can teach it. Hence, master teacher. Mayat is also the path that represents wisdom and spiritual awakening. How? Through balance and equanimity. What the hell is that? You got 2 hemispheres of the brain. Let me break it down real simple. I got time to be philosophical. Your brain is two hemispheres for a reason. Okay? Left, right. To what? Function this side. You can lose half your brain and still be a person. have person, but you still can live. So the idea of equanimity, use your brain equally. That's what it's telling you. When you see me doing this, Mayat means use this thing equally. No right, no wrong. Understand what you're getting involved in, and that way you can make a better decision for yourself. Yoda, your own decision advisor. When you're thinking and understanding what you're doing, you can make better decisions. It makes a lot of sense to me. My feet are running right now like my mother-in-law. Why? Because I'm hoping I'm getting my point across. That's why I get excited. As a teacher, that excites me. That hopefully the light will go on. I'm going to get that light on for somebody. I'm trying to do just that. When mine came on, it ain't never went out. So that little light, once you get it on, once you stop feeding it, oh, it grow. Trust me. That's the Kundalini concept. But watch this. And Mayat also is the path. Equanimity is thought process. Nothing else. Again, use this the way it's intended. And watch this. Balance and equanimity as well as righteous living. You can talk all that good talk. Every preacher talk a good game on Sunday. But how they live from Monday to Sunday again? A lot of y'all fall short. And living an offering of selfless service, or a service to what? Humanity. If I know our problem as black people is lack of knowledge, I'm trying to help us out. I'm just playing my role. I'm not getting nobody's lane. I'm just trying to help out with the problem that I see, which is knowledge. I'm doing just that. I'm good with that. I'm just fine. So Mayat, again, encompasses certain disciplines. I just heard a young guy say on TV, these athletes, they feel privileged. Okay, now just like white people, they can do anything they want and make excuse and get away with it. If you're disciplined enough, like my man said, these young athletes were doing dumb stuff off the field, you're disciplined enough to play all the exercise and working in the gym, pumping iron, doing everything you're supposed to do. You're disciplined enough to run plays. You're disciplined enough to do the thing. But why do you get off the field, you lose your damn mind? That's lack of discipline, self-discipline. As long as somebody's engineering, they fine. But on their own, they wild as all get out. Just want to put that out there. I saw that and I just want to put that in there. When you have no self-discipline, you're subject to do anything. Why? You don't hold yourself accountable. That's why the 42 confessions of Mayat is so important, and the importance of righteous actions. You will be rewarded. You will be rewarded. And we do so much wrong actions, and what? We get punished. Oh, woe is me. No, if you do what's right, you won't have that problem. Excuse me. Get back to the lesson. See, if I get to going, I'm going to keep going, moving on. But the idea is self-discipline. And when you do the right action from right thinking, you can't act right without what? First, thinking right. The thinking process leads to the right action, which promote purity of the heart and balance of one's mind. See, I know all of this. I'm just trying to prepare you. And Mayat is represented as I just showed you, the goddess with the feather held on her head by a bandana. She is sometimes depicted with wings, meaning she can ascend, and holding a papyrus scepter in one hand and the Ankh, symbol of life, in the other. Every Egyptian person you see carries the Ankh. The Ankh represents eternal life. The shin on the bottom, that's called the shin. That represents eternity. Knowledge of self, male and female, who you are, becomes connected with eternal life. When your spirit and your mind, heart, mind, coherence work as one, you have made the connection that we all come here to do. What? Know thyself. To know God, and you are one. She is often also shown kneeling with the outstretched wings. I just showed you the picture of her. That's my girl. Usually you see her sitting, because she's the highest praise you can give. In Kemet, there you go. Not Egypt. In Kemet, watch this. If we had this in effect now, we wouldn't have this numbnuts in office. In Kemet, the judges were initiated into the teachings of Mayat for only when there is justice. Right there, we don't have justice at all in white America. So that's where the ball was dropped a long time ago. But when there is no justice, fairness in society, the society will suffer. And can there be what? Only can there be abiding harmony and peace when what? Justice and everything is put in place. We got bad leadership. We got a criminal in the White House. Don't expect justice from this guy. Moving on, I ain't got time for that. That's a whole nother lesson. But harmony, again, harmony is when peace is necessary, for the what? The pursuit of true happiness and your inner fulfillment of life. You have to have a desire to want, to do, to be. It don't just happen. So thus, the commissions, here we go, spirituality includes a self-discipline for social order. That means everybody holding each one themselves accountable. I told you, don't change the world, change yourself. If each one of us change ourselves, that will change the world. Moving on, that's what the concept, they did it. They did it. I got the idea from them. Why? They did it. And watch this. When you have social order and harmony, not unlike Confucianism in China, or you got Dharma in India, Maat promotes social harmony. Not hierarchy, lowerarchy, no. Wasn't none of that. And personal virtue. That means everybody, lottie-dottie, everybody's got the same right, the same privilege. And as a society, when that's implemented in practice, you have a beautiful thing going. And that's what the Egyptians did for thousands of years until they got invaded, and rest is history. But they set the tone. And we have yet to live up to that blueprint. And with personal virtue, every individual being responsible, that will lead to what? Spiritual enlightenment. Marriage, imagine, I'm going to close out in this one. No, I'm not. I just told you, I got 42 confessions in my out coming up. I've set you up. I'm walking you to the 42 confessions in my out. What's this personal understanding that I hope that I can get across to you right now, so I'm not going to shut it down. But when you have spiritual enlightenment amongst the people, me, a few other people, I see those who are doing what I'm doing, but it ain't enough. We need the regular people to have that understanding. We should all be what? Knowledgeable of what? Ourselves. Sorry, I get excited. All right, let's go. 42 confessions of Maat. This changed my life. Why? I practiced and held myself accountable, and that's what changed me. Let's go. I'm not going to go through everyone, but let's go through it. Many people are aware of what we call the 42 laws or precepts of Maat. Everybody heard about it. Yeah. Like 10 Commandments. Yeah. But they are really personal declarations of purity, as known as what we call negative confessions, meaning you're going to say, I have not. Everything is going to be I, meaning you're responsible. And everybody had that understanding. It was beautiful. And watch this. When they did this, they found the confession, negative confession. They found that the commissions, book of enlightenment, that y'all call the book of the dead, which a person, every individual who has lived a life of what? Righteousness. Not biblical church, because you're going to know a life of just treating people right, being fair, treating people the way you want to be treated. That's the right way. That's righteousness. My practice it on a daily basis. And live a life of righteousness. And you can utter at the time of the great judgment. Again, I don't judge nobody. I observe, I pay attention, I learn how to deal with you according. I ain't the judge of that. Well, your judgment is that death of the physical body, and now the spirit will be judged on what? The accountability of how you live. And that all stored in the heart. Not up here. They don't need the brain. When you die, they threw the brain out. They didn't even save it in the coptic jars. Why? It's usable. We got the real deal right here. That's why. That's the second part. That's the backup. All right, so to speak. But when you have hold yourself accountable to do things, all of these precepts concern your moral rectitude. Why? In all aspects of your life. You're responsible for what you say and what you do, and which leads to what? Social order. If everybody held themselves accountable, where would the problem be? Others lead to prosperity and harmony. When you living right and doing right, how could you do bad? It won't work that way. It don't work that way. So understand it. Let's go right quick. 42 negative confessions. And these are things that change you as a person. That's what you want to do. All the other stuff is fodder for me. I have not done iniquity, meaning I have not acted out of falsehood. I don't lie. I don't fool people. I don't trick people. I don't do those things anymore. Hold myself accountable not to do it. You can do what the hell you want. Again, these are all I's. Number 2, I have not robbed with violence. I used to. But again, change your ways. Never mind what you used to. That don't mean a damn thing. Start doing what you know to be right, and you'll change all those things. But I don't do them no more. I'm saying everything that I used to do. I'm looking at this and damn, yeah, I did all that. And so now I can say what? In earnest, I have not. I have not done violence to anyone or anything. Taken by force, plundering, I tell you, bylaw number 11, my prison concept. If you got something I need, you ain't trying to give it up, I'm going to take it. So if you can't protect it, it's going to be mine. Simple as that. And if I got something you want to come and get it? Come on. I can protect mine. That's my point. And I have not committed theft. One thing I don't like is a thief. I don't steal. So I detest thievery. I detest those kind of people. So if y'all know you're a thief, I'm not going to deal with you in earnest. Why? You're a thief. Your character. I have not murdered man or women. I ain't got to worry about that. Or ordered someone. Again, they asked a question. The question was asked to me, well, what's conspired murder? That's a hitman. That's somebody, you paying somebody to do something you don't want to do. Okay? Where I come from, it's called putting in your work. I don't need to hire somebody to do something I want done to you. I do it myself. That's the difference, okay? But when they got money, they don't get their hands dirty, so to speak. And it says, I have not done those things for somebody else. I'm not a hitman, not a contract, a mercenary, okay? I have not, number 6, I have not defrauded offerings. That's destroyed food supplies in ancient times. You had soup kitchens, you had people offerings, and a lot of times that was the way to bargain and deal with. So in fairness, he said, I have not done that, okay? Trick people, saying it's good and it's not. Selling your wares, and if they bad, I was a drug dealer. I had good drugs. Why? That's what they wanted. That's why I made my money. Other people, drugs wasn't so good. Why? They controlled how it was. Understand that, moving on. But these are things that you take responsibility for yourself. I have not acted deceitfully. I don't have time to trick people, fool people out of nonsense. Again, I'm going to cut out my life. I have not robbed the things that belong to God. I'm not trying to change your belief system. I'm not trying to change you no, I'm just trying to enlighten you to who you need to be for yourself. Rest, take care of yourself. Ain't nothing to do with me. I have told no lies. When I'm here, I'm speaking from experience. I don't use mythology to prove my points about life. Why? I got my own. Hence, right thinking. I'm the one perfecting this. I'm the one putting this out. Who? Me, that's who. Excuse me. That's the ego speaking. I have not snatched away food. I don't take away from nobody. I'm a giver. I don't owe nobody anything. But nobody owe me anything either. Okay? I have not uttered evil words. I'm getting better at that. Okay? Or allowed myself to become upset and starting to be, flashing out. If I got a problem with you, I'm not going to tell Tom, Dick, and Harry about my problem with you. I'm going to address you and my problem. That's just me. I have attacked no one. Nope, I don't attack. I just defend. My self-defense skills is second to none. Why? I can keep you up off of me. That's why I go to the gym every day for that purpose. If I have to, I'll exert my energy and do what I need to do and get it done. Moving on. So these are all personal things. Again, I'll keep taking it personal because it is. Okay? I have not slaughtered the cattle. Now, this is an ancient concept. The cattle, which are set apart for the gods. They had to Apis bull every festival. They had one big bull that they set and they sacrificed for God. And again, a sacrifice is giving up something that you want, that you like. Not just killing something for no other. No, it was all symbolic anyway. But human sacrifice, that's the definite no. That's crazy. But for some people, I'm not, no. Moving on. It's all symbolic. Anyway, remember, I'm a Mason. I kill you every time I bring you to my order. I got to kill you before I can bring you back to life. I'm going to raise you from the dead. Or speculative and conceptualist. That's it. You manifest it by practicing it. Again, Maat is a philosophy that you can practice, hold yourself accountable, and how to make you a better person. That's all Maat is. That's it. She ain't trying to be nothing else. She ain't got to be nothing else. Know your lane. Stay in your lane. Do what you do. That's fine. Moving on. All right. I'm going to move this up faster. All right. Again, 14. I have not eaten my heart. I'm not going to apologize for what I say. I'm not going to I'm not going to do that. Why? I'm saying it. I'm not overcome with anguish and distraught because I spoke out of emotion. No, I'm letting emotion control me. Again, I got control of that too. I don't speak out of, I'm mad, so I'm just to say a bunch of hateful stuff. No, I'm responsible for that. I know that. Do you? And number 15, I have not laid waste to the plowed lands. That's a farmer's thing. I'm not a farmer. Okay. I have not been, right here, this is a good one. I have not been an eavesdropper or pried into matters to make mischief. Phone hustling. Right now, that's what it's saying back in the day. If two people talking, their conversation, just take yourself out. Some people like this just want to hear. Nosy, eavesdroppers, cowards, okay, wanting something for nothing. If it ain't your conversation, beat yourself out. They all you want to hear. Then they want what? Stop mischief, spread it. Again, I don't do that. All right, I have not spoken against anyone. I can do what I do without using somebody's negative aspect to make me look better. I don't do that. Again, I don't step on you to make myself bigger. Moving on. Number 18. Oh, we get into stuff right this. And this is where it gets a little touchy for me. Let me speed it up. I have not allowed myself to become angry without cause. Cause and effect. If I call you an MF, that's a warning shot. I keep telling you, we all have Cobra when you get the rattlesnake. Everybody got a mechanism to warn you. When I start cussing, that's a warning. After cussing, it's physical. Here go, number 19, and this is what they changed around. This is what I got a problem with. I have not committed adultery. Okay, if you're married, that's fine. In a relationship, okay, but that says, and homosexual activity. That means if I'm a man, I'm not having sex with another man. I'm not letting another man perform. No, that's gay. Homosexual activity, 2 men. 2 women, no different. So understand that. But they changed it. They literally changed it. Well, it just says now, I have not committed adultery. So it's real vague. I don't like that. Number 20. See, this is my ancient stuff, so they didn't change it. On new stuff, I'm looking, what the hell? Whoa, what the hell? So, yeah, they got them too. They got us too. Number 20. I have not committed any sin against my own purity. I hold myself accountable. I don't sleep around. I don't cheat. I don't do none of that nonsense. Why? My ego don't run me. That's all egotistical pleasure of the flesh. I'm so past that. That's why I'm moving on. I have not violated sacred times and seasons. I hold myself accountable to do the right thing, no matter what it is. Don't make a difference to me. Any year, any time, don't make a difference. Holiday season, don't care. Number 22, I have not done that which is abominable. Things that you know is wrong. Selling your soul is just what? Committing to the wrong side, the dark side. You can do what's right, you can do what's wrong. Your choice. But remember, the choice you make, you gotta be responsible for that. Moving on, that's what personal consequences is all about. I have not uttered fiery words. All the time. Out of passion, not out of disrespect or nothing like that. But I have not done man or woman anger. I have not caused nobody, I don't piss nobody off. Hope you don't try to, but that's not my goal. That's not my intent. But 24, I have not stopped my ears against the words of right and wrong. That's my philosophy. I'm learning something every day from anybody I can. If it's positive and good, I'll take that. Okay, if it's wrong, I don't need that. So I can learn from everybody. Again, 25, I have not stirred up strife. I don't get involved in nobody's business, disturbances. That's getting in somebody's business, as far as I'm concerned. I have not caused terror. When you get between people and cause a problem, that's you causing terror. I'm not a terrorist, okay? I have not struck fear in any man. I ain't no terror, no, but I ain't the one to mess with. Simple as that. Moving on. That's how you carry yourself. Number 26, I have not caused anyone to weep. I have not tricked nobody out of their money, their earnings, and feel bad. I don't do that. When I was a drug dealer, I gave you drugs for a price. This is the price, I gave the drugs. Simple as that. So you don't owe me nothing, I don't owe you nothing. Moving on. In life, you got to make deals based on what's best for you. And if somebody you're dealing with, they should benefit from the deal too. Not just you. I have not lusted. Here you go, number 27. 19 and 27 they tamper with. I have not lusted or committed fornication, nor have I lain with others of my same sex. That's homosexual activity. They're saying, I have not done that. They ain't saying nothing other than I have not done that. What you do ain't got a damn thing to do with me. You won't be doing it. If you're married, you won't be doing it with me. And if you're a woman, if you ain't my mate, you won't be doing it with me either. I'm so past that physical nonsense. But y'all seem to keep it going. But it's personal. Again, these are things that you take personal. I do, and it changed me. I'm just putting it out there for you. Moving on. And it tells you, 27, I have not dated the same sex. I have not had sex with boy or girl if I'm a boy or girl. Simple. And how could that be misconstrued? How could you misinterpret that? How could you misunderstand that? Moving on. I have not, and I did this on my show a few years ago. They about to shut me down. Because man, oh man, ugh. My brother, man, what I said. So I now, at that time, I had to backpedal, and that burnt me up. Dude, they pay the bill, blah, 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 blah. Really? I'm just telling the truth. This ain't me personally, but yeah, my opinion about man, oh man, ugh, that's personal. But moving on, again, I just get caught up in that. Number 28, okay. I have not avenged myself. I have let people get away with stuff that at one time I wouldn't. So I've gotten better at that. Again, I know that personally. I have not worked grief. I mean, I ain't did something to somebody and his family member going to be grieving because I had to do what I had to do. I have not abused anyone. Retaliation, we call it. When I was coming up, if you had a beef means somebody's going to die. Why? We don't harbor beef. Somebody's going to take care of that. The two people who have it, one of them going to be around, one of them won't. So beef wouldn't, no, you don't want beef. No. I have not acted insolently, ignorantly, or violent. I've gotten better when letting people, say things and get away with. Now I'm more laid back. I just did a lesson about respect. Where I come from, respect was given. You didn't have to worry about being disrespected. Nobody did that. Unless they didn't know no better. Again, you got dealt with. Again, I have not judged hastily. I don't do the judging thing. Don't care. I don't care about nothing you do, say, or think, or feel. That's just personal. Moving on. And you got the right. I have that right. I have not transgressed or angered God. Selling your soul. I've got to be one of God's worst enemies. He said, boy, if I get a guy like that on my side, we'd be bad. Why? Because he's doing work for the other guy. And I'm Pied Piper. They followed me. They listened to me. They did what I wanted them to do. And it was all wrong. It was all just for my selfish gratification, my ego, okay? Been there, done that. Moving on, let me take this home. Number 33, I have not multiplied my speech over much. Stop making people think you bigger than who you are. I see that with these young people, getting reputation on words. That's not how reputation is earned. Moving on, sorry. I have not done harm or evil. I stopped doing that. I couldn't say that before. Again, these are things I've changed in my life. I have not worked treason or cursed on the king. If that was to the president right now, I can't answer that. Why? I'm so against him. Whatever's get him out. Why? Moving on. That's personal. I get personal. Sorry about that. Get back. Number 36. All right, let me wrap it up. I'm looking at the clock, but I'm not caring. I have not spoken scornfully. I don't talk bad about people with no reason. I'm not saying I'm going to talk bad about you. I'm going to tell the truth. And if the truth is bad, that ain't my fault. Again, don't get mad at me for telling the truth. Moving on. If we're in a society, and I'm pissed, I'm about to do a lesson about that. Why? If doing good is seen to be bad, what does that say about the society that's in charge, the powers that be? They got a problem with me. That's not, again, personal. Get out of there and move on. But what I'm doing, some people don't like. I can dig not liking it, ain't your thing, but moving on. I have not cursed God. I'm a God-fearing man. I just don't take that religious concepts, okay? I got the spiritual concept. I have philosophy. I have knowledge. So I don't need to follow a belief system. Understand that, please. Number 39, I'm almost home. I have not behaved with arrogance. All ego. That's all ego. Pure, unadulterated, and never changed. I grew up. Number 40, we almost there. I have not been overwhelmingly proud or sought for distinction for myself or ego. Back in the day. Yeah. That whole attitude. I look back, I laugh, and I said, boy, you was full of yourself. Okay? And when you look back and see those things, you can see the flaw in your character back then. But when you was doing it, you thought it was all good. So you understand that. Moving on. That's how we learn. Again, number 41. I have never magnified my condition beyond what it was. I didn't have to lie about the things that I did. Why? I didn't see the need of that. $100,000. To me, that was a lot of money. $100,000 anywhere. I don't give a crap. But I took it. I made it from nothing. An idea, a thought, how I can take the drugs and make money. I had a bunch of drugs, but the drugs, I don't give a damn about the drugs. I wanted that money. And the drugs provided me the money. Simple. Again, I did that. Paid my game. Paid by the rules. Paid my dues. I moved on. That's just an out. It's an understanding. I see it now. People still living that same dream. Still fulfilling that same nonsense. I can't stop that. I can't prevent that. I just make sure my kids don't do that nonsense. That's all. Personal. Again, make it personal. Don't worry about everything. Just worry about you. Starting with yourself. Again, I love that Michael Jackson phrase, the man in the mirror. Again, 42. And they got a whole bunch of other stuff. I'm going to wrap it up with this. I have never thought evil, blasphemous, or slighted what? The God of my understanding. They said my town where you live in. Why? Because thieves, they had Ptah, in different places, but all the same, God, you never disrespect or talk bad about them. You showed them respect and reverence by what? Practicing and doing the things that will make you get blessed from them. If you got that concept, belief system, whatever, it's still predicated on what? The action that you put in. I really have to be done for something to happen. You put out, you get back what you put out. You reap what you sow. Cause and effect. Karma. It's all the same thing. It's always been, never changed. We just keep dressing up with different concepts and different cultures, which is fine. But the main thing is to practice it and do yourself. That's the lesson. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, in closing, right thinkers, may you all live to be 100. Me 100 minus a day. So I never know that my right thinkers who practice self-discipline and learn the mastery of self have passed away. I'll be right back. I got to go.